Okay, so Ambarella just dropped their Q2 earnings. And wow, the stock absolutely shot up. We're talking nearly 20% right out of the gate. So what on earth was in that report? In this breakdown, we're going to dig into the numbers, the strategy, and what this huge reaction from the market really tells us about where Ambarella is headed.
And there it is. This was the market's instant reaction. I mean, literally, in the moments after the numbers came out, the stock just took off, up almost 20% in after hours. You can't get a much louder or clearer vote of confidence from investors than that.
So the big question is, what sparked this? Let's dive right in and look at the numbers and the story that got everyone so excited. All right, Section 1, decoding the Q2 beat. It all starts with the headline numbers, right? The reason for all this excitement is pretty simple, actually. Ambarella didn't just meet expectations. They completely blew them out of the water on pretty much every important metric.
And just look at how big this beat was. For non-GAAP EPS, that's basically a cleaner look at profit, Wall Street was looking for about 5 cents a share. Well, Ambarella came in at 15 cents. That is a threefold surprise, an absolute monster beat. And it's the same story with revenue. The consensus was $90 million. They delivered $95.5 million. Look, this wasn't just a little bit better than expected. This was a statement, a total blowout.
And that revenue number translates to almost 50% growth compared to the same time last year. The momentum here is just undeniable. In fact, management pointed out that this is the 5th straight quarter of record revenue from their AI chips. It's pretty clear their growth engine is just firing on all cylinders right now.
Now, to really get what's happening here, you got to understand what Edge AI is, because it's Ambarella's whole game. It's their bread and butter. So instead of a camera or a drone sending a bunch of data to a giant server in the cloud to figure things out, Ambarella's chips do all the heavy lifting, all the AI processing right there on the device itself, on the edge. And why does that matter? Well, it means things are faster, they're more private, and they use way less power. And that is a huge deal for, well, pretty much every smart device out there.
Okay, Section 2, inside the growth engine. So where does all this record growth actually coming from? Let's pop the hood and see what's really driving this thing.
You know, for the longest time, whenever people talked about Ambarella, the conversation always went to cars and the future of automotive. But if you look at the reality today, it's a completely different story. It's the Internet of Things, or IoT, that's the real star of the show. We're talking about 75% of their revenue. So yeah, automotive is still a really important long-term goal, but IoT is what's paying the bills and driving the growth today.
And the CEO, Dr. Fermi Wong, he put it really well on the call. He said that after years of investing heavily in R&D, their products can now handle a much wider range of AI applications. And what that really means is all that money they poured into research is finally paying off in a big way. They can take their tech and apply it to so many more markets now.
And this is where it gets really interesting. We're not just talking about their old markets, we're seeing totally new growth areas pop up. Things like portable AI video, action cams, panoramic cameras, body cams. We're seeing robotic aerial drones, even these specialized edge infrastructure appliances. This shows Ambarella is really breaking out of its old mold of just being a security camera chip company.
And check this out for a real-world example. One of their customers, Arashi Vision, is using an Ambarella chip, their CV5 AI SoC, which is basically a whole computer on one tiny chip, to power this thing called the Anti-Gravity A1 drone. And what's so special about it? Oh, not much. It's just the world's first drone that can shoot in 8K and in 360 degrees. This is the exact kind of cutting-edge product win that proves how far ahead their technology is.
All right, Section 3, guidance signals record highs. Look, a great quarter is, well, it's great, but Wall Street is always looking ahead. It's all about what's next. So let's look at the company's guidance because it suggests this party is really just getting started. Okay, this right here is a huge sign of confidence from the management team. They didn't just bump up their full-year guidance a little bit. No, they strapped a rocket to it. They went from predicting somewhere around 19 to 25% growth for the year to a whole new range of 31 to 35%. That is a massive, massive jump. And for the next quarter, Q3, they're guiding for revenue right around $104 million. But the number itself isn't even the most important part. It's what management said on the call. They said that if they hit that number, it will be the single biggest all-time record revenue quarter in the company's history. The momentum isn't just continuing, it's actually picking up steam.
So, let's recap. We've got a massive beat, we have accelerating growth, and we have guidance that's pointing to all-time highs. Which brings us to our final section, the next call.
So based on everything we've just laid out, what's our call? Here's our prediction.
So here's how we think this is going to play out. Step 1, the next quarter's results. With the momentum they have, we fully expect them to beat even their newly raised guidance. The strength in IoT seems just too strong. Step 2, the price action. We think the stock is going to keep climbing as more of the market starts to realize, hey, this isn't just a camera company anymore, it's a real AI growth story. And that leads us to step 3, our rating.
Our rating is outperform. It's really based on a perfect storm of positive factors. You've got the huge beat this quarter, you've got clear acceleration in brand new AI markets, and you have that record-setting guidance. Put it all together, and it really feels like the company's long-term bet on Edge AI is hitting a massive inflection point. Right now.
So the big question going forward is pretty simple. Can they keep this incredible momentum going as they push into even bigger markets? That's what we'll all be watching. And of course, just a reminder, this has been our analysis, but it is not financial advice.